Hi there, with Method Actors Speaks. Here we go again.
Sharon Farrell.
We just had some, and I'm John
And my
Solari.
wonderful host and cook. I just ate chicken parmesan.
Parmesan, yes. And also, yeah, I made the gravy. But we were talking about your book.
Oh, yeah. I'm trying to get this book out. It's not, it's just been written. This is the first proof. I've decided to go with Amazon because I think everybody reads those Kindle books, and I like to, you know, I don't want to have a book with a bunch of shiny pictures in it and real expensive and everything. I don't want that kind of book. I like a book where I pick it up and just read it and it's fun to read. I don't care what the cover looks like. I just like the words.
I got a feeling this book people won't be able to put down. Especially if you're, I guess if
No,
you're a fan.
You know what? Sometimes I just send the whole book to people. Like Carolina Sivas,
Yeah.
my producer. I just send her the whole. Here's my book. I just pushed a button on my computer, send her the whole damn thing.
Wow.
Now let me tell you, what she does is she skips to just the guys.
Right. I'm gonna say.
And it's set up that way, so you want to hear about the beginning in New York. You want to hear about my affair with Che Guevara. You want to read about Steve McQueen. You want to read about Patrick Duffy. You want to read about Dean Stockwell. You want to hear about Vince Edwards, or there's a list that goes. I've got everybody. Mel Gibson. I've got everybody in this book, and I wrote about them all. So it's like a fun sexual book, and it's my life, and my life has been. I've been an actress, but there have been men in my life that have made me be a better actress.
And a better person.
A better person and everything. I mean, maybe they kicked me in the face a couple times, and maybe they... You're so bad. You so bad opened me up. You're as bad as who? I
meant it in a different way.
Oh, okay.
It made you free.
Oh, yes. Freed me up. Freed me up.
Freed me up.
Freed me up here.
Like in the 60s when the revolution, sexual revolution.
Oh yeah, that was. Well, I started doing that like in, I don't know, I was not like a hippie, and I met a guy who was a hippie, and I made him go backwards and said, I want to do everything hippies did,
And what did hippies do?
Oh, they took off their clothes and they ran around and they did drugs and they tried mushrooms and they did this and that. I was playing these roles, and I had to have these tools because I'm sort of a lazy actress. I'd rather, if I'm playing a person that just on mushrooms or something, I'd rather like have a mushroom and see what it feels like, then I can do it better.
Wow, I never
And I
tried a
have to work so
mushroom.
hard.
What was it like to have a mushroom?
Oh, it's like well, I saw cartoons. I mean, I'd see your
Really?
face, and then there'd be like your auras would be around you.
Really?
Yeah, and then you change. I could see you older. You grow older, and you grow younger, and you grow older and younger. And you look at yourself in the mirror, and you're it's like it was really fun.
And you would look at the
Except
pumpkin with
that-
all the warts.
Oh God. Well, I tried not to look at any pumpkins. Oh dear, those were the days. Those were the days. Huh?
So that was the days of the Manson.
Well, oh yeah. He lived in Topanga Canyon, where
Right,
I lived,
yeah.
and he came by my house in Broad Beach Road one time. I had a fling with Dennis, one of the
Dennis
Beach
Hopper?
Boys.
Oh,
No,
oh.
I had one with him too, but one of the Beach Boys.
Yeah. Okay.
And one day, a van came through, and Dennis used to come into my house because the guy that I wasn't married to him, but the guy I said I was married to, we lived at Broad Beach Road, and his mother was very, very, very wealthy. So it was his mother's house, and his grandmother had a big house next door, and his uncle. There were like a whole bunch of houses that they built down there, and Dennis liked the acoustics because she used to play the piano, and she would just play the piano over and over and over and practice and practice and practice. And the acoustics in this beach house were built. It was built around the piano. So Dennis used to come in there and he used to write songs and stuff.
Yeah.
And one day this van drove up, and I was dancing with a bunch of people, and Dennis says, well, do you think they could hang out? Do you think they could hang out here for? I said, I can't, it's not my house. And I said, and my mother-in-law's going to come. She's coming with a bunch of ladies in like a half hour to do, to schedule their piano recitals all over the city.
Oh.
So they drove off.
Lucky
Thank God.
you. Yeah, I was
Lucky
gonna say,
me,
lucky you.
Lucky me, I didn't.
God.
That's as close as I got to Manson.
Oh.
Oh, remember when that was all going on and what they did to poor Sharon?
Sharon Tate,
Oh
yes.
God!
Folger
I was
girl.
in a class with her with Stella Adler.
Really?
Yeah, Stella Adler was out here and she was doing classes, and I went to a couple of her classes. I couldn't afford them because they were like $75 a class or something, but I went to 2 of them, and Sharon Tate was awfully sweet. She was just a real sweet girl, very sweet.
It must have been that. Well,
But I'll tell you something. Joanne Linville taught better than Stella Adler did.
And she learned from.
And she learned from Stella Adler, but she kind of was kinder. Stella didn't like women very much.
Well, she felt threatened maybe by them.
Oh,
After, she was a beautiful woman in her youth. And I guess she still had it, but yeah, there was a woman who was threatened.
Well, she wasn't very nice to Sharon Tate. Maybe she wasn't a good actress, but she was a human being, and nobody needs to be treated cruelly.
I've seen that women can really be
Cruel.
cruel. Yeah,
They can.
Much more than men.
Yeah, men just kill each other.
Right. Knock them out.
Pow! Right? Is that what they do? That's
It's
what you do. You
I don't
just
know,
you
no.
don't even say it. You just say you just do that threatening thing you do.
Don't do nothing.
Well, you do something because when somebody gets in your face or something, you just say, "You really want to mess with me? Is that
really
what you
wanna go
want to
there.
do? You really want to go there?
You really want to
You're
go
gonna really
there.
fuck with me, huh? Is that what you're gonna do? You're not gonna get away with it because
No, you're not.
I don't even have to say what I'm gonna do to you. That's what you do, right?
Yeah.
You do something like that.
Something I don't know.
Yeah, you're not gonna talk about what you did, right?
I'll leave it up to the imagination.
It was in prison. He was a bad boy. He was like, what were you telling me? You were in.
Sing in Attica.
When you were a little boy, though, you got in trouble.
Reform schools, yeah.
Reform schools. How'd you get into a reform school?
Well, I don't know. I used to fight and run away, and I was always searching for something, I guess.
Good thing you were an actor.
Yeah. It's a great place to hide.
Yeah.
People don't realize that. Being an actor is a great place to hide.
Yeah, if you're.
You become somebody else every night.
Oh, I know it. Thank God for characters. You can learn so much through playing a role, You can, you learn about the person and.
You learn how to.
Oh.
There's a
Because
lot.
you have to like the person you're playing. And if you're playing a scoundrel, you have to figure out why are they doing this to people? What's going on here?
What's going on here?
What's going on? What's going on in this guy's brain? What's going on? And then you dig away, or you go and you visit somebody, you talk to people that are like that, and you start to understand. Makes you a bigger, better person.
When you were with Stella Adler
actor.
class, what was that? What did you do there? Did you exercise or scenes?
Well, you know what she did? She had us do a thing where we would you just look down and you pick up Orson Told Me, and you can even keep your finger on it. Only he and Marlon Brando hung out here. And so you look down, you don't say because they always picked up the bill. You don't look down and read it like that. So you just look down, and it's us poor actors. We can't be too fussy now, can we? Us poor actors. It was. I met Orson Welles in this
That's
restaurant.
a good exercise, though. I mean,
Yeah, and
What
you
was
don't.
the purpose of it?
Well, because if you have to go in for a reading, you just look down and see. I'm a little nearsighted, so it's hard for me to see. I can see. I think this was around the time I got the part in Marlowe. I met Bruce Lee the very first day of shooting. I didn't know that Bruce Lee was going to do the movie as well, or that he was a trainer. to both James Gardner and Steve McQueen. Now I just picked that up and then I read, and you can just keep your finger on your lines, on your sides, and you don't even have to know what it is, but you can make it kind of interesting. They can, the pauses, the stuff in between, and that was one exercise. And Joanne Linville actually, she did it again, and she made me really understand it, because I got up there and I did it wrong, and Stella said, "What do you think? You're going to get by on your looks." And I mean, she gave me and Sharon Tate just hell in that class.
Well, you were two beautiful girls. They threatened.
Yeah, I don't know. But, it's like, thank God for Joanne Linville. Thank God for Joanne Linville. And then there was another exercise that Steve McQueen taught me. And you take a toothpick. You don't have any toothpicks, do you? Do we have anything that's like a toothpick? Well, I don't know. You put a toothpick right in between your teeth, and it exercises your tongue. So your tongue really has to work to really, so you can hear yourself speak. Oh. And you do go over your lines with this toothpick, and a guy can just walk around with a toothpick. Do you have any toothpicks? I'll go get one.
No, sit down. We get the idea.
Okay, but I know, but it really, you can read something. You can read something, and then you do the toothpick exercise. You stick a toothpick right in between your teeth there, and just, most of the toothpick is out, so it doesn't get in the way of your tongue or anything. But just that little space, and you crunch down on it, and you read. I couldn't say with a CPA after I watched him fornicating with my neighbor. I just got sick, and I couldn't handle all that, so when I left to do the premonition, I never went back. I ran off with Dale Trevelyan. Except I'm not doing it right. And then if you do it like...
Didn't they put pebbles in your mouth and do that too?
Yeah. What's his name? Socrates did that. He ran around the beach, didn't he?
Yeah.
Doing that? Because he had a speech impediment or something?
Yes, that's a great way of pronouncing, getting it.
But I couldn't say with the CPA, after I watched him fornicating with my neighbor, I just got sick and I couldn't handle all that. So when I left to do the premonition, I never came back. I ran off with Dale Trevelyan. I mean, I have gone from one man to the other, and, if one wasn't really, anytime I got really turned on by someone, I would be with them. If somebody turned me on, that electricity doesn't happen that often.
No.
So when it's pow, you gonna pass that by? Yeah.
Some people do, and
there's a guy that's got a radio show. His name's Gregory Hall, and he said because he's married, and he's a cute little guy. He's a cute. I don't know whether he's little or not, but he looks like he's not that huge. I don't think he's 6 foot or anything. But he says, I go home. You go home after you do your work. You go home, because if you don't go home, women are going to be all over you.
That's true.
You got to go home.
No.
You can't hang out in bars. If you hang out in a bar, you start talking to the barmaid. You sit there, you have a drink, and women are going to come around, right?
That's right. Let me ask you something. A lot of women, they look at a man's hands or his feet.
Yeah, their feet to see how big their dick is. You just grab it and see.
You could do that too.
No, I know women do that, but I don't know whether that's true or not. And see, I've had sex with men with small members. Some of the best sex I've ever had.
Really?
Yeah. It doesn't matter. Your vagina kind of adjusts. It does. It adjusts for, God made us very nicely.
He
did a good job with us ladies.
Yes, he did. That he did. Yeah.
And he did a good job with the men too. Well, because they, as long as they desire and love us and protect us and stuff, it's nice to have a man around the house.
A woman has the advantage. A man can only go so long and then he goes down.
Yeah, but you know something. It's like if you're making love to a person, it's like if you do not want to be making love to them and you dry up, man, it is excruciatingly painful. You know what I mean? It really is. If you're getting raped or something like that.
Well, that's different. But I mean,
really
have you had that normal? you're not being raped.
No, because I'm kind of I could have an orgasm when a plane flies over.
Really?
You know, yeah, I'm very orgasmatic.
Oh, that's
Why I didn't want you touching my knee, because it bothers my pussy gets a zing.
You said that.
And I said to you, do you now see? I can touch you, and I'm okay with that, because I'm sort of in control, so I'm not like threatened.
Right.
So I could do anything to you,
Anything.
and I feel okay. But if you did it to me, I'd like, you know, I'd get all
tingly.
I can't handle it. I can't handle it. And I remember when I said to you, do you do that to the men when you're interviewing? Do you like? And listen to this,
I'm
and
not into
listen to that, and listen to this.
You know, no, not with men, but it is something. You know, when a woman is just automatic with me.
Well,
if you're attracted,
he comes right. I just found out he had 6 sisters.
7 sisters originally.
7 sisters. One died?
Yeah.
How old was she?
She was about 60 when she died. So she.
60?
Yeah. Well, she had something wrong with her. So. But yeah, I was. You know, the women.
You'd have to have something wrong with you to die. What'd she have wrong with her?
I don't know.
You don't know?
We don't need to talk about.
You weren't really close with your sisters?
I was away most of the time, and I was never really around my family that much.
Anyway, he was around enough to love women.
Well, I've always admired women. And
I think it's because you were surrounded by sisters.
Yeah, possible.
That's probably why you're so nice.
And I think they were my teachers, because women would talk to me. Men I always felt
threatened.
Yeah.
Men don't like to talk anyway.
Yeah.
Just
right.
like you don't like to talk.
No,
You like to listen to.
I'm a listener.
You want to hear everything about me, but I ask you something and you kind of like squeeze out of it.
Well, we're on camera, and it's about you, and I feel guilty sometimes when I start talking about me.
No, I think you're a wonderful, interesting character.
But
if I were, I would. Have you? I want to see something you've been in.
I haven't worked in a while, so. If
Well, what about when you were really young? Is there a TV show or something that is your favorite one?
Not really. I enjoyed working with Charles Bronson in The Messenger of Death.
Messenger of Death.
And I also enjoyed working with
Could I get that on Netflix? Messenger of Death.
Charles Bronson, yeah.
Charles Bronson.
And
What kind of a role did you play?
I was the Messenger of Death.
You were the Messenger of Death?
Yeah.
You were playing
The opening
death?
scene, I killed about 12 people, 6 kids.
I want to see that movie. Kids
6.
too?
Yeah, all kids. And J. Lee Thompson was the director.
Who?
J. Lee Thompson. He directed Guns of Navarone and all of that.
Oh my gosh.
Great director. And when I was walking up the stairs with the shotgun to kill the kids, I was... that laugh. And he says, no chuckling, Jonathan.
No chuckling.
Jonathan.
Jonathan.
He used to call me... In the original script, I was supposed to die.
Why wouldn't he let you chuckle?
I don't know. He just didn't want that.
Did you when you saw that movie, when you looked at it, do you think you should have chuckled?
No. I mean...
He was right.
He was right.
That's good.
No, he was right.
It's nice to work with a director that's right.
You know, he was right. But in the original script, I was supposed to die.
Yeah.
And then they liked my work. So you weren't even supposed to see my character until the end, because he was like supposed to be the messenger of death.
Mm-hmm.
But Bronson and they liked my work. They showed me, and I forgot the writer's name. God, he was a blacklist writer, too.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, you're going to like what they did. They kept me alive. And at the end of the movie, I think, because they were thinking of making a sequel. But that's when Charles Bronson's wife got sick and died.
Oh.
And he loved his wife.
She had me in, well, she was with, she and Charles Bronson. Charles Bronson was living with, you know, the guy that's on NCIS who plays Ducky, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
He's a wonder. You know, he's a really good actor too. What's his name? Can you remember?
I forgot, but he was. I know
his
he was.
name just slipped right off my tongue. He was married to her. Charles Bronson. There they start having affairs. She leaves him, and she's married to Charles Bronson. Then she starts making movies, and you know, she had me come in for a movie, and she had me stripped naked.
Really?
Yeah. She said, "Oh, I think I want to see your breasts." And I didn't want to do the movie because it was it was a stripper, and that's all she did was do a dance. I don't want, there was no role. There was no role. She was just dancing around, and they got somebody else to do it, and I was really glad that I didn't do it. Because it was like, just being a body is just not enough. But I think she died of breast cancer.
She did. Yeah.
Well, she got hers for making me sweat that one through. I thought she was kind
But he really loved her.
I'm sure he must have. And I think that the other guy, Ducky, loved her too. Yeah. NCIS. Oh, yeah, what's his name? I know his name. Gosh, I have his phone number.
He originally started on Man from U.N.C.L.E.
I did like 3 of those. I did 3 of Man from U.N.C.L.E. I did one with Senta Berger. And they released it in Europe as a movie. And whenever I go to autograph shows, they want to know, what was your name in this? This is a picture from that. What was your character's name?
What was your name? You don't remember?
I don't know.
But you were Flo in what's it?
Flo. I remember Flo because you flow with the river and you flow.
Now that was the Young and the Restless, or
I was Flo a couple of times. I was Flo Quick in the last ride of the Dalton Gang where we were.
What was the soap opera you did?
Oh, that was the Young and the Restless.
Young and the Restless. You
and
played
I played
Flo.
I played Flo there.
So you have so many fans out there. They just have to get to know that
really,
you're back.
It is kind of scary though that one show of Young and Restless is seen by more people than everything I've ever done in my career. That I don't know. I
don't know about today. They sort of died out a lot. Soaps are not.
Well, they're
20
like
years
on
ago,
it.
they
They're
were
on
really
it. They're on at nighttime now.
Yeah, but they're not.
It's like if a person they've got like.
Now they watch Oprah and things like that.
Oh yeah, there's so much to watch. It's wonderful, and all the web
series.
Years ago,
you only had your
I like Stuck. My web series favorites are Stuck and Broken at Love, because Broken at Love, it shows all these young girls and what they're up to. Because I play grandma on that show, and then Stuck, it's Italian. You'd like that.
Actually, he's on Facebook, and he
speaks Italian all the time, and I don't know what he's saying.
And I saw today that he's a friend of my friend Lydia Vitale, who's lives in Rome. She does a one-woman show on Anna Mangani, which is absolutely. It's called Solo Anna. That was the sexiest woman that ever lived.
Ever.
You have that quality with blonde hair.
Oh, thank you.
No, you do.
Thank you.
As soon as men see you, they want to go to bed with you.
I would like to be like a fair.
You have that sexual quality.
I love that woman. I love
Anthony Francioso told me that, and Anthony Quinn said it, that she was the sexiest woman that they ever met in their life.
And she was just herself. She didn't have nose jobs and this
no
job
makeup,
and that
no
job.
nothing. And
nothing.
I fell in love with women with black slips when I first saw her in a rose tattoo.
Oh, yeah.
But you have that quality that Anna
had. So much. Thank
you.
That's the nicest thing anybody's ever said to me.
You have that quality. That's the first thing I noticed about you when I met you. See, this woman's got it. It's and 72, forget about it. I mean, really. There's very few out there that still have it. Yeah. There's a few that I know, like Salome Jens has it. Victoria Valentino.
I saw a little bit of her on. I went on the internet looking for her, and I saw her, and I think she's gorgeous. She has a beautiful face
and a beautiful body.
She
was known as the body.
I didn't see any of her body, and it didn't show the whole movie. It just showed part of it.
Well, go on her Facebook page.
Oh, really? She's on Facebook?
Yes, and you see on her pictures. You'll see all the pictures when she did the balcony. And Moon for Misbegotten, and all that on Broadway, all those things.
So is John Tremaine, is he a good actor?
Oh, John Tremaine, I've never seen his work, but he must be.
He must be because
Salome hired him.
She hired him and dragged him all over the country.
Right, on the road, yes. No. Salome, yes. No. And
I love her name, Salome Jens.
And it's her real name, too.
Such a fabulous name. She's a beautiful actress. Beautiful.
Never got her due. It's
well, it's not over till the fat lady sings.
That's what I say. I put it's not over till Roseanne sings.
Roseanne, who's Roseanne?
Roseanne Barr. You remember when she sang the national anthem?
Oh, That's right. I remember that.
That's right.
Oh,
It's not over until it goes on
I
and
loved
sing.
her. I loved her show. I
Oh,
still
yeah.
watch those reruns. She was a character.
She
wasn't
just ran for
And then
president.
she married this guy. She married that guy, and she shaped mom up, made him into a star. She's kind of a Shelley Winters of TV or something, you know.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, the guy that she made into an actor, he was a fat slob on the show, and then all of a sudden he gets he weighs a little less, and he's like, I ran into him at an airport. I think he's from Iowa also.
Yeah, he's not from, yeah.
He's from someplace in the Midwest, and he was a good actor. He's a good actor.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
she didn't pick any slouches.
Yeah.
He was a darn good actor. You know. I miss her. She's probably out there.
Sure, she
She's
ran for
probably out there
president.
slopping the pigs or something, you know,
Something
in
what
the
she's doing.
Midwest, you know.
Well, another day with Sharon Farrell and John Solari, and we hope you enjoy. This is just actors talking, and we have no idea where we're going with it.
Is there any more of that chicken
Parmesan?
parmigiani?
There's always some.
Okay.
For you, I'll always have something. I'm
always hungry.
just pose for the audience.
Okay. Goodbye. If this ever comes out, it'll be a fun read. It may not come out because I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it yet.
And let's see if we can get a little bit of close-up of the book. There we go. Put the book up a little higher.
Can you see it?
There we go. A little higher, the book. Perfect. Let me come down, and there we go. And we got it, and there we go. We'll go off the air right there.